All right, what's up, everybody? So today is going to be the first iteration of another Fortnite series that I'm going to end up doing. Which the first one, which is already up on YouTube, is going to be reviews of my victory royales. But I'm also going to be doing reviews of whenever I get top three. 3 or higher, and we'll call this series Ooh So Close. Yeah, so this will be the first video of that. Forgive the Hatter hoodie. My Hatter shirt is currently drying right now. It needed itself a wash, but let's get into this video. So as we're coming in here, I decided I wanted to go over here because I really enjoy landing in this little square here. And after landing in this square, being able to take those power lines up into here, I love that. It's a satisfying beginning to the gameplay. On the way over here, we were looking at the top of these roofs, and we realized there wasn't really any loot. I didn't really see anything on the ground. So right now we're basically hard focusing on landing in here, where we see some blue right there, we see some white, white right there, and we're going to go investigate what that is. So as we're coming down here, we can see what that actually is splash juice, you know. So grabbed a weapon, turned around, looked back here to see if there was anybody around, didn't see any. Grabbed the assault rifle, which was fantastic. Didn't really care about bricks because I don't usually use crafting materials. While in here, I hear somebody clanking over here, which is this person. So we find him, we let loose. First kill of the game, you know. Pretty simple. At that point, since they came from the outside, we missed the ammo box there. I pretty much figured, we're fine. There's usually orange crates on top of this. So as you can see, mid-flight, turned around to see if anybody was following. Check here, and we have a Green Ranger rifle, which I'm just not a fan of. So we keep pressing. At this point, I like sitting here for a minute to check inside the city, and just checking back again, because this little porta potty here is actually a portal that'll take you down here. So what you guys are seeing me do here is I see shit ton of movement, you know. I see movement everywhere, and I'm just like, I want to try and hit them with something. And so this person here, I actually knocked off the shield that they had and a bunch of health, and they were so close to being dead. So now after firing all that, I'm like, people gotta know where I am. So I turned around and checked, didn't see anybody. Right now, I'm kind of just peeking, you know? I'm kind of just peeking. Like, I want to see more people pop up, you know? Like, I'm just like, please let me shoot. And so while we're looking through here, there's going to be people that pop up down here in the little windows. Somebody bouncing up over here repeatedly. I think it was like 2 or 3 times they bounced over there when I played. Yep, people sneaking in there. You know, and I'm just seeing all this movement, and I'm like, these people need to be killed, you know? And then I'm like, okay, I've sat here too much. I don't want to play a passive round, you know? I want to be going after people. So we take the portal down. We land. I immediately see that ammo was already taken. This door's open. That ammo's gone. The guns are there. And I'm like, shit, somebody's been here. And I'm like, uh-oh, let's go see if we can find them. So we start going to the gas station here, because, you know, gas stations sometimes have some nice chests and stuff in it. And then whenever we come in here, lo and behold, there it is. We hear it, we look up, we grab it, and what drops? Some more ammo, a green version of the rifle that we like to use. And so, no, wait, sorry. That was a green version of the Ranger rifle. So once I noticed that, I was like, ugh, and got rid of that. Here I did a stupid. Went through that door. Went right back out. We hear a vehicle moving. Too late to see where it is where it was going, so we keep pressing. And again, come into a house where the ammo is gone, the doors are open, and I'm like, shit, these people can be anywhere. And now we just hear gunfire like crazy. So I'm like, all right. Let's go see what that is. And then there's these people. They're over here fucking around with fire and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna cut them off. And so I see them gaining in right here. And I'm like, all right. They're gonna drop down any second now, you know? I'm like, they're gonna drop down any second now because this shit's on fire, right? Like, this place is on fire. Surely they're gonna drop down any second. So I wait. I'm like, oh, good. Footsteps coming. Footsteps no longer coming. I'm like, damn it. Where are these people? You know? And it turns out I could see on the map, they're probably on the roof of the house, you know? And so basically at this point, I'm getting tired of waiting. I'm getting tired of waiting for them to drop down. I'm like, passive. I'm like, I want to go kill something. And so we take a last few looks around. We don't see anything of interest. And then I'm like, what was that sound? That sounded like a fall, you know? So I was trying to see if I could hear footsteps. Didn't really hear any footsteps. So I'm like, you know what? Screw this. We're no longer waiting. I got to get going. And so we decide to check the ramp here. And we see, oh, look, another ramp. And then we see them here. So this was an interesting little fight here. There was a lot of building going on by them. I don't build in Fortnite, like, really ever. And so what we had to do is we ran out of assault rifle ammo. So we had to go in and switch to the auto rifle. And there we picked up the crown. Apparently that guy won one of the last games. Throw the splashes, get a little bit of shield, little bit of health. Probably a misplay because I could have picked up this med kit, got the health back, and then used the 4 splashes to get to 100% shield. So that was kind of a bad play. We look around and I'm like, all right, cool. Nothing really going on now. Time to go get some high ground, right? So up we go. Towards that fire. There was actually a bit of fire that happened. And so I'm like, you know what? Where was that at? Let's go find it. So I'm using this side of the hill to cover me from here while watching over here. And then once we reach the top of this, I'm like, all right, let's drop for a second. Let's look around. As you can see, the people we were listening to are ahead of us here. And those people are still back in the city. We see a nice little hut here, and I'm like, there's gotta be, and there is. So we get some nice splash juice, which gets our shield up yet again. Use up the splashes, go for the little bottles. We give up our common assault rifle for a uncommon assault rifle, so little bit better weapon. And now we just hear that gunfire, and we see it over here, right? We're just like, I see you, I see you, I see you, let me kill you. And then nothing else is there. So I'm like, well, son of a mother, you know? I'm like, the storm is coming in. I'm slightly freaking out. So I'm just like, oh God, oh God, oh God. And then I made it in. So I'm like, cool. Let's immediately press right, because over here, we saw that one person that was running away. So I'm checking, you know, I don't see shit. And I'm like, damn, where the hell could they have gone? You know, I'm like, maybe they're up on top of this hill, so let's go find some cover. Maybe they're in this ravine. And I'm like, all right, you see that big boulder? That's a nice boulder, right? So we check around the portals to make sure that nobody is coming after us from behind. Take a pause on the grass here. We see this person over here jumping up and down like a crazy person. Someone jumped from here down to here. And then they were gone. So now I'm like, you know what? That looks like somewhere that people would come from. So I'm like, let's check here. Make sure they're not on the side of that ridge. Let's check the water down here. Make sure no one's looking here at us. And I'm like, nope. Seems empty. Back up the hill we go. Because, of course, I like high ground, you know. The more high ground I can get, the more comfortable I feel. So as we're running here, we're visually looking out of our peripherals. You saw us look over here to see if there's anybody under the bridge. And now we're kind of double backing on where we saw those two people. which might have actually been the same person hopping off from before. I didn't think about that at first. So 1 to 2 people over there, and I'm like, all right, cool. Time to, uh-oh, what's going on here? Weird little loading problem there. Made sure that my sniper rifle was full on ammo because that last shot we took us down to 2. So I want as much ammo as I can. So that little clip that screwed up was the refill of the sniper. So of course, you know me, we check back as we're going up the hill. No one's coming. Back up the hill we go. So then I see that fucker. I see someone doing the Spider-Man stuff, you know, over here. And now I'm like, oh shit, look at that, guys. There's a shark in the river. Like, you don't see that too often. See somebody screwing around in there, I'm like, taking a shot. And I was just too low. Just too low. Because you know that person was right in the freaking window. That's the shot that I should have had the first time. And by now, this person is just like, I can't leave the hut. You know? Like, if I was in there, I'm like, I'm fucked. You know, like, I can't leave this hut. What am I supposed to do? So I decided to fire one more round just to see if they ran away. And it turns out they did. They went full panic, and I'm like, I don't understand. Why would they run off of one shot? Oh, shit! And I'm like, no, it's the storm! It's the storm! Run, bro, run! You know? So I'm just taking off. I'm trying to make my way. I'm worried about this shark over here that's just in the water, and I'm like, that thing's gonna kill me. I want to actually take a look at it. Man, that thing didn't even look at me. I thought I was gonna die right there. So yeah, we're running away from the storm right now, making our way into the ring. As you can see by this person here, this person flying around here is using the Spider-Man thing, and that means they're like over in this area. And so at this point I hear it, because you know they're close enough to us. There they are right there. They're close enough to us that I can hear the but I was too panicked that they were trying to come in behind me. So I just immediately booked for this gas station, tried to see if there was ammo, weapons, what have you, just so that I could have a more secure spot to take care of them. And then as I start looking over here, I don't hear it anymore. You know, I see it way off in the distance over there. And obviously now I can see there's people trying to snipe them out of the air, which is great. But the last second we heard a fire over here. And I'm like, all right. What's this about, you know? And here I kind of got into a bad habit that I had when I started playing Fortnite. I saw bushes and shit like this as like a really good defensive spot, and as of right now, guys, we are down to 10 people. We're already down to 10 people in this fight while I'm sitting here camping in this bush. Reminder, like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate you guys. Share videos with your friends. But yeah, so I stayed in this bush way too long. What you don't see is that I'm actually going to each of these edges and like peeking, because with the weapons you can look out of these bushes. And yeah, this was way too passive of a game. And so here we were listening to this guy, same dude, doing the Spider-Man thing, going across the way. So now I'm like, all right, let's take a look down the bridge. I don't see anybody. So then I'm like, all right, let's just keep running. I see the Spider-Man bro, and I'm just like, all right, are they coming at me or going far away? And that guy was leaving. At this point, I believe gunfire starts opening up over here. And so I run over here to investigate, and lo and behold, I peek somebody around the corner. So I'm like, yeah, go ahead and waste your ammo. Bam, 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 bam. Boom. Dead. Killed. You know? Feels good, right? So now we're over here. We're checking. I'm like, oh, hey, yeah, blue sniper rifle. Yeah, we'll improve. Oh, look at that. An epic ranger weapon. Did I take it? Of course not. You know why? Because I don't like ranger rifles. I just don't like them, you know? I don't like how they're so just duke, 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 and you can't like zoom in. Ugh. Like, even the zoom in feels like a hip fire, so I don't like them. And I like to be cheeky with my shots. So I see this here. Some dude is like firing 2. And I'm like, that's weird. I'm like, since when do you fire, you know, 2? And what you just heard there was somebody took a shot at me, but missed. And right now I'm sitting here wondering, like, who the hell took a shot at me? 8 people left in the fight, guys. We are getting there. We are getting there. So I'm really interested in this guy because he's attached by webs and he's running up a hill. Like, the thing was supposed to make you fly, not make you suck, right? And so for me, I checked down there. I didn't see anybody, which there actually was somebody. Man, and then that's when I notice. Because boom, boom, I hear gunshots, and I'm like, all right, where did that come from? I thought it was over here when I heard it, but the person's actually right down there. And so now I hear them. And I felt pretty comfortable with this fight because the person got the drop on me 100%. So here I switch out my blue auto shotgun for an epic. And yeah, the person missed a few shots when they had the drop on me, so I'm like, okay, this person's in panic mode, just fire at them, it'll be fine. And so it's here that I leave the sniper behind, because I'm like, you know what, leave the sniper behind, because now we're getting into close quarters. Sniper's really not gonna help too much, you know. So I ended up picking up some health right there. Ah, man. We're getting close to the ending and it's just bothering me. So as I'm running, I see this little explosions on the bottom of a tree, revealing one person. So I'm like, oh shit, look at this. Some nice little cover here. I'm like, they're clearly preparing for the end because they want to do some building. So I'm like, let's knock their shield a couple times, you know? Absolutely missed everything but like the first 2 bullets. And so I see the person there. Yep. They start firing at me. I'm like, all right, they know where I am now. And so now I start playing cheeky, you know? I'm just like, I'm going to use this. At this point, I hear the Spider-Man thing. And I'm like, oh, no. Oh, no. Spider Bro's going to sneak up behind me. So I'm in full panic mode. Just like taking as many looks around as I can see. Oh, man. But then, back to the gameplay. I'm like, still like, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? I don't know where he is. Okay, clearly to my right at this point, and there he is. So I'm watching this, and I'm like, where's this person going? Is this person coming at me? Going away? It's like, going away. Got it. And then something sucky happens. I'm sitting here chilling. I'm feeling good. And I'm like, oh, man, you know what? Let me get some damage on this guy. Right? Got myself a kill, feeling pretty good, and I'm like, all right, I can handle this, right? Let's go see where that other person went to, because earlier we saw them run down the hill, and I'm like, all right, let's take a look, and I'm like, oh, look at that, a person. Missed completely. They died to fire damage. That was not my kill. I wanted that kill so bad. I'm like, oh, easy kill, they're on fire, you know? And so here I am, thinking I got high ground. This person's gone. That person's dead. Oh, that freaked me out in this too. We're down to 3 people, so I'm immediately like, evade, you know? Jump, change directions. I'm like, that sounded like it came from behind me. I use this drink here to get my potion back up, or to get my health back up. Drink a couple of the minis, and I'm like, all right, I can't stay here. Let's see if I can find the dude who was shooting at me, right? So we go, we look at the gameplay here, and I'm like, I don't see anything. I'm like watching the top of the hills. I'm like, surely this person's gonna go for those. And I'm like, oh shit, Storm, run! And I'm like, well, if nobody's coming here for this stuff, I'm gonna come here for this stuff. And then as we're coming in here, right, I noticed the tower that's up there. And that's why I noticed. There's a person just chilling up here, taking shots at me, and I'm like, oh god, no, not like this. And so now we all three know where we are. I kill him, I'm down to 16 health. I'm like, I could drink a potion, I could drink a small slurp juice. I'm like, just push him. And then they got me. And that was that, you know. That was that. They ended up jacking me up, and when I thought I was good to go, you know, with the, I don't know, what was it, like 16 health, I'm like, just push them. Just push them. Like, it turns out I shot away most of their shield, but they still had shield and health. There was like, I would have to have like consecutive headshot, 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 headshot in order to end that. But yeah, guys, that's the first installment of Ooooooh So Close. And so hopefully this will allow me to put in more videos for you guys in the future. So it's not just the victory royales. But yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Bye.